Just a different environment. This stadium obviously isn't as large as some of the SEC stadiums, but nonetheless, we're looking forward to it. They got a very good team. They got some different stuff in their blitz packages that we hadn't seen before, and we've had 2 really good days of practice so far, and we look forward to continuing to clean it up and traveling there on Friday. He's good. He looks good. He's excited to be back. We're certainly thrilled to have him back. How much he'll play, I don't know, but he's practiced the last 2 days, and he's looked good, and his spirits are high, and he's excited to be back there, as are we. So.
What do you think you'll see from this team maybe that you haven't seen from the first 2 teams that you played?
It's an ACC team. Obviously we don't get an opportunity to play teams from that conference very often, but like I said, they got some different blitzes. I know they have a good offense. They scored quite a few points last week versus Wake Forest, and so our defense is trying to get better every day and preparing for them, and we're trying to do what we do on offense and get ready for them.
Their offense scored a lot of points. Their defense gave up more points.
Right.
What is that?
Well, they have a great offense, but on film their defense looks very good, and we're obviously not taking them lightly. We're going in there and worrying about what we're doing and continuing to get better this week, and looking forward to the challenge.
Do you guys get a chance any grief for breaking the streak of quarters without holding penalty?
A little bit. Coach got his ear pretty good. That was a QB draw, and he did hold the guy, and but those are rookie mistakes, and that's just kind of part of the growing pains of playing. But those 2 guys have played very well the first 2 games. They're continuing to improve, so that's the least of our worries. They're really stepping it up in practice and getting better.
Are we really supposed to believe there haven't been holdings since we know that?
The way I look at it, if they don't call it, it didn't happen. So you could probably call holding on most plays, but Coach Pender and Coach McElwain put a huge emphasis on keeping your hands inside, and we do as a front 5, and that's something we take pride in. And I think last year the lack of holding penalties certainly helped us on the field. Obviously, and it doesn't. So we look forward to continuing that and trying to focus in on not holding people. So.
When you lose, any offensive lineman loses your man and you're faced with the instant decision of hold him or let him go, is there a tendency to just go ahead and grab him and get your money's worth, and if you get flagged, you get flagged, or do you, is it a lookout block?
It kind of happens so fast when you're out there, you don't really have time to think about that. Jerseys are made so well these days. They're very tight. They're kind of hard to grab, and so there's not a lot of instances where you see a jersey really being pulled away from a defender. But if you're downfield and you're blocking somebody and his body completely turns, Barrett does it all the time. Barrett puts his hands up like that. He's one of the smarter guys. But you don't really have time to think about that. We just focus on keeping our hands inside and trying to do what we do.
You had some very complimentary things to say about Mark earlier, and a Heisman Trophy winner, he's the best player, and so forth. How good is Trent Richardson?
Trent's fabulous. I think the great thing about having those 2 guys is they're kind of the same guy. They look similar, they run similar. Mark has a little bit more experience, but other than that, it's not like we have a thunder and lightning 1-2 punch. It's kind of thunder and thunder. They're both strong power backs and make great reads and have great strength and have really good speed. And that's kind of what our offense is focused around. Those guys having success, and they probably don't even need an offensive line, really. They're that good. But Trent's extremely good, and he works just like Mark works. They never get complacent. They never let off the pedal, and sky's the limit for both of them.
Do you know what you do? I wonder for opposing defensive coordinators that are facing you, the challenges your offense presents. You can go 5 wide, empty backfield. Now you come back, Mark's back. There's so many different things you can do. And just when they game plan for one guy, you have another guy. There were some guys last week that didn't that you don't really hear their names before.
Right.
Talk about those challenges you present.
We take a lot of pride in having several dimensions to our offense. It's a kind of a pro style offense. We've run that since I've been here, and we're very fortunate to have the same coaches in place. For the most part that we've for the last several years, and so everybody comes in and they're being taught that type of stuff as soon as we get here. And if you're going to load the box, you got to throw the ball, because if people are going to keep that many guys in the box, you're not going to be able to run it on them. So, but play action pass, checking plays at the line of scrimmage, going in empty, QB draws and just spreading them out with our great receivers that we have. That's kind of, that's how you keep defensive off balance. But you got to be able to execute it in, all ways as an offense.
How do you like the set where Fluker and Carpenter are next to each other and you kind of –
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in the other color jersey in front of those two. That's some weight, coming at you. DJ does a good job with that. They, obviously shows how much they trust him to be able to flip him over to the other side and, have him doing that, being a different stance and stuff like that. It can be a challenge for new guys, but he's done a real good job with that. And James, likes having him next to him, and it helps our offense. It really does, having probably the two most powerful guys on the line next to each other. So it's been a good look for us.